On the Sales Invoices tab in Setup, we have the ability that on creating a new record to specify what to call the custom 1, 2 and 3 field names. We've also the ability to specify to default the entry type to line entry or text entry. So if we go and have a look at Sales Invoices, on the creation of a record, based on that preference, either the tab that will automatically display is line entry or text entry. So line entry is about entering in product codes and service codes, while text entry is about putting in more paragraph type text. So let's go back to Setup, back to Sales Invoices. So we've also got an option to auto ship on invoice creation. Now what that means is that every time we create an invoice from somewhere else in the system, like a sales order or from a job or from somewhere else, that auto enters the line items on the invoice automatically, that it will automatically ship those as well. Now the purpose of this is so that stock is automatically reduced when an invoice is created, and the user doesn't have to go in and manually create a shipping record themselves. For example, if you don't use shipping but you do need stock to reduce, well then you can set this preference to yes, so that the shipping record is auto created and that it saves you work. So the options are yes, that it's auto created, no, that the shipping record isn't auto created, or that it prompts the user to specify if they want to auto create the shipping record on the creation of an invoice. The next option is for the comments on the printed invoice. So you can enter in some comments here, and every new invoice then will default to these values, but you can edit those comments at the invoice level as well. The next option is related to commission. So when you want to assign commission to an invoice for a person, you can base the commission on either the sale amount or the profit for that invoice. But you can also edit these values at the sales invoice level as well. The next option is relating to the details that are on the printed or the PDF version of the invoice. So you can include your color logo, black and white logo, or none, and include the company name and the subheading. These come from the identity area in my company. And then you can also default the document title to invoice, or you can enter in anything that you want there. For example, some companies need to enter in or display tax invoice as the heading on their invoice document for tax purposes. So you can do that here. You can also specify to include the customer's tax number, or in some cases a VAT number, depending on the country you're from. And that might be a requirement to include that information on an invoice. Then the next option is to include an age debt analysis. So if a customer owes money and you want to show the age debt analysis at the bottom of the invoice automatically, then you can click this checkbox. Then the last option is to include the product description on the printed document. So in the product module, products and services, you can specify obviously a product code and a product name, but you can also now specify a bigger product description. And if you'd like to include that product description on the printed or PDF email of the invoice, then you can click this checkbox here.